Ladies and gentlemen, please make your way to your seats. Our program will begin shortly.
Good morning, everyone. Let's bow our heads in prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. We thank thee, dear Lord, for the opportunity we have to live in this great nation. We thank thee for the freedoms and the liberties we enjoy as set forth by our founding fathers. We thank thee for the first responders and the military who protect those freedoms for us. Please bless them and their families for their service and sacrifices. We thank thee for our elected officials, for President Trump, Vice President Pence, and our other elected leaders and servants. Wilt thou bless them with thy inspiration? Also, please bless their families for their sacrifice in behalf of our country. Father, we acknowledge thee in all goodness that we are fortunate to enjoy. We recognize thy mighty hand in safeguarding this great land and trust in thee. Help us to live and act in a manner to be worthy of these blessings. Lord, please open our ears to the message that Vice President Pence has for us today. We pray in the name of thy beloved Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for Army veteran Mr. Carl Myers to recite our Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage to perform our national anthem, Greencastle High School's own Zachary Reynolds.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Momentarily. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll please take your seats, our program will resume momentarily.
Good morning, everyone. How we doing? Wow, what a special sight that is. You guys look great. And what a great day we have here for the opportunity to have some distinguished guests visit our facility. Welcome to our visitors and distinguished guests, including Dennis Slater, the President of the Association of Equipment Manufacturers, Congressman John Joyce, Acting Secretary of Labor Patrick Pizzella, and other distinguished guests. Oh, I forgot, in case you didn't hear, the Vice President of the United States, Mike Pence. And now, it's my honor to introduce your Congressman, John Joyce, from right here, the great state of Pennsylvania, and for all those Nittany Lions out there, a fellow Penn Stater. We are. Congressman Joyce's life has been one marked by service to his community and our nation. For over 25 years, Dr. Joyce has cared for patients in the central Pennsylvania area. He has also served with the United States Navy at Portsmouth Naval Hospital in Virginia during Operations Desert Shield and Desert Storm. And now he serves as a dedicated champion for Pennsylvanians in our nation's capital. He's been an outspoken supporter of the USMCA, urging Congress to pass this agreement this year. As he frequently reminds his colleagues of the U.S. in Congress, over 42,000 jobs in Pennsylvania depend on manufacturing exports to Mexico and Canada. We appreciate Congressman Joyce's support for our industry and for the USMCA. And now we look forward to working with him to get the agreement across the finish line this year. Please join me in welcoming Congressman Joyce.
Sure, thank you so much. Thank you, Barry, for such a warm introduction. This is a great day for Manitowoc. This is a great day for Pennsylvania. And today is truly another great day for America. You truly realize here at Manitowoc, there is a top-notch organization, a state-of-the-art facility. I just finished the tour and saw these hardworking men and women and look out upon you and realize what you do for America, what you do here, a fulfilling job, a family-sustaining wage. Today, I salute you for your service. Another reason why the manufacturing industry and the economy overall are currently surging is on the stage in just a few minutes, and that is because of our Vice President, Mike Pence. Thanks to President Trump and Vice President Mike Pence, we are breaking records in every economic category that is available to be measured. Since the Trump administration took office, there have been over 6 million jobs created, including 1 million new jobs in manufacturing, engineering, and construction. During 2018, we had the fastest fourth quarter to fourth quarter GDP growth that we've seen since 2005. Our national unemployment rate currently stands at 3.7%. And most importantly, in light of the location of today's event, the unemployment rate here in Franklin County is better than the national average and has decreased by a significant 40% since January of 2017. The reason for our booming economy is simple. Counties like Franklin have experienced economic success because of President Trump and Vice President Pence, who have been committed to enacting conservative pro-growth policies. It's amazing what can be done when you have strong leaders who push to cut taxes, to roll back regulatory red tape for business owners, and make historic investments in vocational and STEM programs. But There's one last piece to the puzzle when it comes to setting our economy up to prosper for generations to come. There is one pivotal priority that we need to help President Trump and Vice President Pence deliver on, and that's trade. And we've heard it throughout the 2016 campaign. America is no longer going to be taken advantage of by other countries, and we will finally enact the deals that put the American workers first. President Trump and Vice President Pence negotiated a great new trade agreement, and it will do exactly that. Not only will the USMCA create 176,000 jobs and generate an additional $68 billion for the country as a whole, but it also major wins here for Pennsylvania 13, here in Franklin County. You are home to a wonderful operation that we call Manitowoc, as well as many other manufacturing plants that will benefit tremendously from USMCA, which will increase our ability to export to two of the largest foreign purchasers of American goods. Yesterday, as I talked to Barry Pennepacker on the phone, he conveyed incredible optimism that will occur for you and for this company with the passing of USMCA. And as our factory workers will be incentivized to ramp up production, our vast distribution sector will also rise to the occasion. The 13th District will play a critical role in making sure that all U.S. exports to Canada and Mexico, which will increase by 5.9% and 6.6% respectively under USMCA, will get there in a timely and a cost-efficient manner. Additionally, our region, as we all know, is made up of so many hardworking dairy farmers. This USMCA deal will unleash new markets and reinvigorate our agricultural industry, increasing dairy exports to Canada by a total of $227 million. This legislation is a home run for America. We should have passed USMCA already, and it needs to be the top priority when Congress reconvenes in September. I'm so proud of the great trade deal that President Trump has negotiated for my district and for my country. And I'm honored to have Vice President Mike Pence here making the case to all of us for it. But before he does that, I want to introduce someone who is playing a critical role in getting this measure across the finish line. Acting Secretary of Labor Patrick Pizzella has hit the ground running this month, and he's doing a tremendous job. Secretary Pizzella is a true public servant who has worked to improve conditions for our workers in both the Republican and Democratic administrations. No one better understands what the stakes for this effort are than Secretary Pizzella. I am pleased to welcome him here to Franklin County. I ask you to join in with me in welcoming our Acting Secretary of Labor, Patrick Pizzella.
Wow. Good afternoon. Not quite. Good morning. Thank you, Congressman Joyce. Thank you, Vice President Pence, for inviting me to the Keystone State. President Trump's pro-growth policies are delivering for American workers. The numbers are remarkable. Since January of 2017, 5.6 million jobs have been created, including over 123,000 new jobs right here in Pennsylvania. Our national unemployment rate is at 3.7%, near the lowest point in 50 years. That was a time when we were celebrating the moon landing, and some of your families were celebrating Penn State's back-to-back wins in the Orange Bowl. Everybody has a memory of that? Some? Okay. Wages have increased at or above 3% for 11 straight months. There are 7.3 million open jobs, and there have been more open jobs than job seekers for 15 straight months. But what matters more are the people behind the numbers. Our booming economy means workers are getting better jobs and better pay. These are jobs that let people hold their heads high, knowing that they are sustaining their families and restoring their communities. Getting rid of burdens on job creators through deregulation plays a big role in achieving these outstanding economic numbers. The Department of Labor alone has issued 18 deregulatory actions in its first 2 years, saving Americans $3.4 billion. Shredding all this red tape frees businesses to invest in their most important asset, their workers. The Trump administration is also taking a stand for U.S. businesses and workforce through the United States-Mexico-Canada agreement. The USMCA will better serve American workers and support mutually beneficial trade, leading to freer markets, fairer trade, and strong economic growth in North America. USMCA will allow American manufacturers to grow and create more jobs, just like that's going on right here in Pennsylvania. At the Department of Labor, we stand for the dignity of an honest day's work. We work day in and day out to support President Trump's agenda and to ensure the forgotten men and women are forgotten no longer. Whether you wear a Flyers or a Penguins jersey, you root for the Pirates or the Phillies, or you dream of the Steelers or the Eagles being in that next Super Bowl, our economic program is working with you in mind. Mr. Vice President, thank you for asking me to join with you today here in Pennsylvania. Now, I would like to introduce our next speaker. Dennis Slater has served as President and Secretary of the Association of Equipment Manufacturers since its inception in 2002. Under his leadership, AEM has grown to more than 900 corporate members, representing more than 200 product lines in the agricultural, construction, forestry, mining, and utility equipment sectors worldwide. Please join me in welcoming Dennis Slater.
God darn, it's good to be here. First of all, I want to thank Acting Secretary Pizzella for introducing me. Good morning, everybody. It's really exciting to be here today. This is my third trip here to Manitowoc, and I always love coming up this way. We have a great crowd here. I know you've been very patient. You don't want to hear Dennis Slater speak. You want the VP coming, but I have a few short remarks, and then I'll push it on to him. Again, my name is Dennis Slater. I'm the president of the Association of Equipment Manufacturers. I want to thank Barry and Les and the entire team here for opening the doors to us and to our IMakeAmerica campaign. It's also a great honor to be joined today by the Vice President. The Vice President is really a true champion for manufacturing and for the men and women who make America. And just like your hats all say on there, we all make America, and we make the machines that are here today. He and President Trump and the entire administration know that when the equipment manufacturing industry is strong, then America is strong also. And to remain strong, we really need a free and fair trade environment so we can sell our cranes and sell our goods throughout the world. AAM has been a leading voice in the fight to ratify the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement. And we have been hosting events at equipment facilities throughout the U.S., actually for the past 10 years pushing this, to highlight the importance of this agreement and other manufacturing policies to the 1.3 million men and women in our industry. I cannot think of a better location really to emphasize just how the USMCA will strengthen communities and support facilities than right here in Shady Grove, Pennsylvania. Manitowoc and its 1,400 employees have a simple but powerful message to deliver to Congress. And that message is, if you support American manufacturing, you must support the USMCA. And I want to thank Barry for his leadership in our industry and his steadfast support for policies that benefit equipment manufacturers, but also your jobs. I mean, that's what's important about it. And with that said, I want to welcome Barry back up here to the stage. Thank you very much.
Showtime. Thank you, Dennis, for that kind introduction. We're proud to be part of the AEM. and work with them to advance pro-manufacturing policies, including the passage of USMCA. Since Manitowoc was founded in 1902, we've been the bedrock of American ingenuity. We've persevered through peaks and valleys of the business. Fast forward to today. We are, not Penn State, we are the only American crane company that manufactures in America. How do we do that? Because of the hard work and determination of each and every one of our 5,000 employees, including those of you in the audience today. It is a revolution here at Manitowoc, and the revolution is real. Because of our success, we have benefited from the Trump policies of tax reform and regulatory relief. In fact, since 2016, we've been able to invest $47 million in the Shady Grove campus to modernize our manufacturing facilities to cutting-edge practices, which have given us the ability to expand our business not only in the United States, but outside the country. This is partly due to the pro-business policies championed by the Trump administration. President Trump and Vice President Pence have kept their promise to negotiate a new North American trade deal, one that will make sure companies like Manitowoc are better positioned to compete and win in the global economy. And I want to thank them for their steadfast leadership and support of our industry. Now it's up to Congress to do their job. They have to pass the USMCA so that we can do our best to make world-class cranes right here in Shady Grove, Pennsylvania. We are honored to have the Vice President with us here today, and I want to thank him for his leadership and unwavering support. It is good to know that we have a friend in the White House. So, without further ado, I would like to introduce the Honorable Mike Pence, Vice President of the United States, and the Second Lady of the United States, Karen Pence.
Well, hello, Pennsylvania. It is great to be with all of you. Secretary Pizzella, Congressman Joyce, all the great local leaders who are here, but especially the red shirt wearing men and women of this incredible company. It is great to be here at the country's only American-owned and American-produced crane company. Let's hear it for the whole team here at Manitowoc. And I'm here to get some business done. I don't know about the rest of you. Because we are here to make sure that American manufacturing keeps growing right here in Pennsylvania and all across America. And I thank you for that warm welcome. I really do. And by the way, it's a particular joy for me to be traveling today with my shift foreman.
Would you all join me in welcoming my wonderful wife of 34 years, the Second Lady of the United States, Karen Pence, is with us today. And she just said you should tell them all to sit down. So thank you all. Thanks for the warm welcome. I also want to thank this remarkable organization that's helped bring us all together today from all across the state of Pennsylvania. They've stood strong with this administration, helping us build momentum in manufacturing. They're putting American jobs and American workers first. So join me in thanking the leadership and the team at the Association of Equipment Manufacturers that proves every day that you make America. And before I get started, let me mention one other person who I know loves the Keystone State, who loves American manufacturing, and is the best friend American manufacturers have ever had. In the Oval Office, I bring greetings from the 45th President of the United States of America, President Donald Trump. You know, from our very first day in office, President Trump promised the American people that we were going to get back to hiring and growing America. We're going to be growing wages for American workers. As the President said, when we grow American manufacturing, we don't just grow jobs and wages, we grow the American spirit. And that's exactly what we've done. And President Trump's been delivering on that promise every single day. In just 2.5 years, this president has put American jobs and American workers first. He's actually signed more laws cutting federal red tape already than any president in American history, unleashing American manufacturing. He signed the largest tax cut and tax reform in American history. And under this president, the war on coal is over. You know, all of you here know at this great company, the low-cost energy is the lifeblood. It's the lifeblood of American manufacturing. Pennsylvania coal plays a vital role in keeping electricity affordable for our businesses and our families. So I'll make you a promise. While all these Democrats running for president continue to embrace a radical environmental agenda and a Green New Deal and make promises to even eliminate coal and fossil fuels, this president and this administration will always put American jobs, American workers, and American energy first. So we've been making great progress, keeping the promises that we made to the people of Pennsylvania. And I'll tell you what, you look at the results of what we've done, all of us together have been able to accomplish with this president in the lead, and it's just been amazing. Since Election Day 2016, businesses large and small across this country have created 6 million new jobs, including 140,000 good-paying jobs right here in Pennsylvania. The unemployment rate has hit a near 50-year low, and the unemployment rate for African Americans and Hispanic Americans has hit the lowest level ever recorded. The American dream is working again for every American. And I know all of you here at Manitowoc don't have to have me tell you, but wages are rising again. They're rising all across this country. In fact, they're rising at the fastest pace than they have in more than 10 years. And the good news is, they're rising most rapidly for hard-working, blue-collar Americans. The forgotten men and women of America are forgotten no more. You know, what a difference 2.5 years makes. You know, it was the summer of 2016, some of you may remember. The last president in the Oval Office actually saw this country lose 200,000 manufacturing jobs. And he actually said that we were never going to get those jobs back. Remember that talk? I mean, the last president actually said, "What magic wand do you have?" Right? Well, we didn't need a magic wand to bring American manufacturing back. We just needed President Donald Trump in the White House. Right. You know. I mean, the truth is, since 2016 Election Day, businesses across this country have created more than 500,000 manufacturing jobs across this country, including 5,000 good-paying manufacturing jobs right here in Pennsylvania. American manufacturing is making an incredible comeback. In fact, 2018 was not only the best year for manufacturing job creation in more than 20 years, but it also marked the highest level of optimism among manufacturers ever recorded. I mean, manufacturing is back. And the truth is, I'm proud of the progress we've made. I'm proud of the promises that this president and our allies in Congress have kept in rolling back taxes and red tape, unleashing American energy, and also fighting for free and fair trade deals. But the truth is, the real credit goes to all of you. And the comeback in American manufacturing is happening because of the men and women of this country who work in this great industry. And it's thanks to great companies like Manitowoc and this economy that American manufacturing is rallying all across the country. I mean, we're here today at Manitowoc's largest manufacturing facility, where this company has invested nearly $50 million in the last 3 years alone and hired more than 350 new workers right at this site. That's real progress for Pennsylvania and America. Manitowoc has worked hard to bring design and manufacturing jobs back to the United States. In fact, just last year, this company unveiled one of its newest product lines, the MLC 100, which is the only 100-ton crawler crane that's proudly made in the USA. And this great company, you could applaud that. That's incredible. Wow. And this company's brought millions of dollars in economic growth to Pennsylvania and the Shady Grove community. You've shown that American innovation is alive and well. And launching more than 20 new products in the last 3 years, you've stepped up. And also, I'm proud to say, this company has also stepped forward to help us provide for the common defense, designing and manufacturing cranes for the armed forces of the United States. Thank you for what you do to make America safe and secure. But I know the management team here knows that you wouldn't have the success here at Manitowoc except because of the people that are gathered here today. All of you wearing the red T-shirts. And I'm hoping somebody gives me one before I leave today. Like one of Manitowoc's manufacturing quality specialists, I'm told, from here in Shady Grove, who started with this company 23 years ago. I'm told in all that time he's been a model employee, somebody that people say is positive, thoughtful, quick study, always willing to chip in when the job needs to get done. He's an integral part of the team here at Manitowoc, but he's somebody who also will tell you that he understands that no title he'll ever have here at this company is going to be higher than the one he holds at home, spelled D-A-D. And along with his wife Pamela and their children Brittany and Peyton, he donates his time and his treasure and is a devoted and active member of Lifehouse Church. So would you join me in recognizing a longtime member of the Manitowoc family, Steve Yost. Where are you, Steve? Great job. We're also joined today by a manufacturing engineer who's worked at Manitowoc for 24 years. She's done just about every job a person can do here. DeBurr, whatever that is. Got something I can look up on the plane now. Drill press operator, material handler, scheduler, supervisor, you name it, she's done it. And today she's one of this company's most experienced engineers. But she's somebody who's always willing to give advice, always willing to offer a helping hand to coworkers, and when she isn't literally making America grow, We're spending time with her partner, Randy, another vital part of Manitowoc's team she's given back to this community, including, I'm told just over a month ago, she again volunteered at the 9-day-long Mont Alto Volunteer Firemen's Carnival. And I'm sure a lot of you checked that out. I'm really into firemen's carnivals myself. So would you all help me in showing all of our appreciation for Mel Barnes for what she does here. She's an incredible person. Where are you, Mel? Great job. You know, I mentioned Steve and Mel mostly because I don't have time to mention all of you. They're really emblematic, though, of each and every one of you. You're renewing American manufacturing. You're making Pennsylvania stronger. You're making America stronger. So give yourselves a round of applause, this whole Manitowoc team. You're a story of American success. Truth is, everything we've been able to accomplish over the last 2.5 years is because of your hard work, your integrity, your work ethic, and your professionalism. So I wanted to come here and just say congratulations, but also to say thank you. Thank you for supporting a president. Thank you for supporting our allies in Congress who stood with us to move an agenda that is reviving American manufacturing. But I also came out here today because we need your help. We need Pennsylvania to stand strong. Because for all the progress we've made, that's just what this businessman who's turned president calls a good start. And to keep the American economy rolling, President Trump and I believe we've got to level the playing field for American workers by having trade deals that put American jobs and American workers first. And that's just what we're here to do. It's a big deal. I mean, from Europe to the Indo-Pacific, we've been negotiating deals that are free, fair, and as the President likes to say, reciprocal trade. We're working as we speak with Japan on a free trade agreement. We're talking to the European Union. Once the UK goes through Brexit, we've told them we're ready to go to work with them. And of course, we all know we finally have a president who is standing strong and demanding that China open its markets to U.S. goods and treat American workers and American companies fairly. And he'll keep standing strong, I promise you. But we got an opportunity before us. You've already heard about it from this podium. And the people who serve you in Washington, D.C. need to hear from you about it. Truthfully, the time has come. The opportunity is before us to pass the largest trade deal in American history. The time has come for Congress to pass the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement. This agreement is a good deal for Pennsylvania. It's a good deal for American workers and American agriculture, and we got to get it done. We got to get it done this year. In fact, I've been traveling all across the country telling the story of the USMCA and the difference that it's going to make, not only in manufacturing, but literally in industries all across this country. Now, I probably don't have to tell you all working in this industry, and I met a guy today who's actually worked at this company for 45 years. There's a lot of people who have done a lot of living here and been with this company. A lot of you have been here long enough to remember when NAFTA was adopted back in the 1990s. So I probably don't have to tell you about the impact that NAFTA had on many of our communities across this country. I talked to a fellow who said that when he started here, when this company had a different name, there were some 3,000 employees here. And yet we saw NAFTA come along. I saw it over in the Hoosier State. And despite all the promises of what it would mean, we literally saw almost entire communities hollowed out, factories that were shuttered and closed, jobs were moved south of the border under that NAFTA agreement. And this president, when we were out there campaigning 3 years ago, he said we could do better. He said we could renegotiate that deal in a way that put American jobs and America first, and that's what we've done with the USMCA. And when Congress passes the USMCA, I promise you that the days of that giant sucking sound south of the border are over. The USMCA, we believe, is going to benefit 2 million manufacturing jobs, including 42,000 jobs right here in the Keystone State. According to the International Trade Commission, the USMCA is going to add about $70 billion in investments and create as much as 175,000 new American jobs, and that's just at the beginning. You know, in total, American exports to Canada, we think, are going to increase by about 20 billion. Exports to Mexico are going to increase by 14 billion, and Pennsylvania's got a big stake in all of it. The Keystone State, as all of you know, is America's 10th largest exporting state. 177,000 jobs here in Pennsylvania depend on exports. And Pennsylvania exports $15 billion in goods to Canada and Mexico, more than a third of the total. Think about that. More than a third of what you make here and you grow here in Pennsylvania is exported to Canada or Mexico. And now we have a new deal that's going to make it more possible to create more here and sell more there. We believe under the USMCA those numbers, as big as they are just going to continue to grow. It's going to create more jobs, more opportunity, and more prosperity right here in Pennsylvania. The USMCA is a big win for the Keystone State. And it's essential that we get it passed by the Congress. The truth is, under the USMCA, as the President says, the American worker is going to win like never before, but we got to get it done. The clock is ticking. It's why we're all out here today in the sunshine, because I need your help. I mean, the President's done his job. We negotiated a deal that's put American jobs and American workers first. Mexico's already started to make the changes in their labor laws that they agreed to under this deal. They've started to move approval. Canada's done the same thing. Now it's time for Congress to do their job and approve the USMCA and approve it this year. And make no mistake about it, you all are going to be the difference makers. American manufacturers and people working in manufacturing need to be heard from. The voice of Pennsylvania needs to be heard from. This is a great state with a great history that plays an enormously important role, not just in American manufacturing and agriculture, but in the American economy. So I want to encourage each and every one of you, talk about what you've heard from this podium today. Talk about this growing economy that we're in today and how it's going to continue to grow and continue to prosper if we can get the USMCA done. I want you to reach out to all of the elected representatives that you have in Washington, D.C. from Pennsylvania and tell them we need the USMCA this year to keep Pennsylvania and America growing. Now let me save you a phone call and tell you, you're not going to have to call the 13th District Congressman. He hadn't been there long, but he's already emerged as a leader, and he is on the point leading the fight for free and fair trade. Join me in thanking Congressman John Joyce. He is doing a phenomenal job for Pennsylvania. John, thank you. We've got John's support, and we've got his strong leadership and voice, but we need the support of every member of the House of Representatives from Pennsylvania. So leave here today, call every Republican, call every Democrat. I served in Congress for 12 years. I always viewed the fact that I represented the whole state of Indiana when I was in Congress from one district. So folks, just, call up congressmen in both political parties and tell them I ran into Mike the other day. He showed up at Manitowoc, and this guy's incredibly excited. He told me for all the good things that are happening, even more can happen. Pennsylvania can grow even more. And just tell them I told you, because they know it to be true. And while you're at it, why don't you call both of your senators? Senator Pat Toomey and Senator Bob Casey need to support the USMCA for Pennsylvania and America. But you'll be the difference. Make no mistake about it, so let your voice be heard. Well, listen, I want to let you get in out of the sun, but I'm going to take some time. Karen and I want to say hello to as many of you as time permits. In the days and weeks ahead, I'll just make you a promise. President Trump and I are going to keep fighting every single day for all the policies that Pennsylvania voted for in that election 2.5 years ago. Policies that are reviving this economy. 350 new jobs at this company alone over the last 2.5 years. Amazing to think about it. But really, we're just getting started. So I want to thank you for the warm welcome today. I truly do believe that with your continued support, with your energetic work and creativity at a great company like Manitowoc, with the great leadership that this company has, it's investing in those three most beautiful words, made in the USA. With strong support from partners in Congress, with President Donald Trump in the White House, and with God's help, we're going to make Pennsylvania and America more prosperous than ever before. We're going to make Pennsylvania and America safer than ever before. And to borrow a phrase, we're going to keep making America great again. Thanks, everybody. God bless you. Let's go get the USMCA done, Pennsylvania.